Okay, so very good afternoon to one and all present here, all the students. So today we are going to start with the Unit 3, and Unit 3 will talk about especially
जल्दी
about
हाथ लगाना
business
पड़ेगा।
letter writing.
मार दो।
Please others
भाई तेरे
make
मार के
sure that
मैं कुछ नहीं बता दूँ।
you are on
मुर्गी के।
mute. Who is this? Please make sure that you are on mute. Okay, so let us start the topic first. So majorly we are going to understand about business letter writing in this unit 3. I hope this slide is visible to all. Okay. So this unit, as I said, it is about business letter writing and presentation tools. So we have already this task was supposed to do from you people, that why to write business letter.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Business has become global. We have, better. Is that better now? Hello? Anybody who can listen it clearly? Okay. Hello?
Yes ma'am, better ma'am, better.
Ma'am, now it's clear.
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Okay, fine. Okay, okay. So we have to understand why this, need of business letter writing is present even today. Because the first thing that many of the organizations, they are working all across the world. They have different branches all across the world. So if you are, sending your information as an oral communication, might be possible that you are saying something to the one of the branch and the same message in the same letter of spirit that is not going to reach to the other branch. So that is one of the reason that we have to learn, and the organizations, they are writing business letters. That whatever you are sending, it is being sent the same message if you are sending to the organizations, the branches, and your all of your employees, that may reach to the same letter and spirit. Okay. Development of rapid means of communication. Even there are so many, means of communication nowadays available. So business letter is having its own importance. So that is why we have to learn to write this business letter, how to write it. And importance of correspondence means here that whatever communication you are making with the organizations, it has its own importance. Like in the future, you can show as a proof that yes, you have written something is there. If you have asked that you have not done it, so you can say no, I have written it. I can send you a copy of that later. So correspondence between two organizations, between employee and employer, between the different stakeholders, that is going to help you out. So that is one of the importance. Yes, you have rightly said, that is going to provide you evidence that is you have done it. So that is why it is required, it is needed to learn and write a business letter to the organizations. So what are the other different functions business letter is going to fulfill? So basically what it is doing, it is connecting between the two parties. It is establishing some relationship between the two parties. If it is, let's suppose, supplier and the the receiver of some material, so that is going to if you are sending something, if you have mentioned all the things on that, and then you are sending, so it is going to complete the relationship between the supplier and the receiver of that material. As we have said, to provide a written evidence, it is going to fulfill this function, that in future you can show it to the other party if they are asking for that you have not done, you have not informed well in time, so that you may show to it, so that later. Business letter is playing a role of representative of the organization. So if you yourself cannot go somewhere and you are sending your message through that letter, so that is also going to fulfill that need. Okay, that is, that person has not come from the organization, but whatever that person was supposed to do, it has been done with the help of some letter, right? Reference for future transaction. If you wanted to refer something from the past in the future, at that moment you can refer from that particular letter written in the past. And the last one is promotes and sustain goodwill. Means if you have a habit to write a letter to the, let's suppose, as in the beginning of the class I said that we are supposed to have some connection with the corporate people, you all have to ensure it. Then how to do that? You have to write some letter that yes, I am this and this, I am writing on behalf of this, Happy New Year, or Happy Holi, anything else. So it is going to create a good relationship as well as to sustain goodwill of the organization. That is, this kind of organization is which is sending greetings on the different occasions. So what happens if something will come to his or her mind, as you know, the suppliers or the vendors or something like that, they will recall you, right? So that is also one of the good thing about business letter writing. Okay. Here till this point we all are clear. Business letter motivates all the people involved in a business to a higher and better level of performance. Yes. So, but how? Once you are writing something in appreciation, like we organized one program, Founders Day, on 8th of February, right? And we received one letter from Chairman Sir just yesterday evening that congratulations team DSPSR, thank you so much for organizing such a good program wherein students participated in different forms. So many things were there. So I'm just telling you that. So that from that particular letter, those who are working or those who have participated in that program, they get motivated that yes, I also have to do again if there is some opportunity, right? So that is a we can say an example of internal business communication. I mean business letter function. But when we are writing the same kind of letter to the other organization, so they even appreciate it. Okay, and that creates your good image as an individual. Even if you are getting some good image about yourself in that particular company. Okay. Business become global means nowadays we are working in a situation where all the world is just a kind of village, right? So your presence is there in many other countries as an organization, and if you have to provide similar kind of information to all the branches all across India, abroad, then you are supposed to write a letter. Okay, so that is why this point has come that business has become global. Okay, Anurag.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Promotes and sustain goodwill. If you are having habit of writing letter or if you are getting something from the company, you are reverting back to that, so it is going to create a good image of yours as an organization, that let's suppose, like we are, as of now, IP University is conducting online examination of second year and third year examination, third year students of BB and BCom honors and many other courses, they are conducting the online exams. So what they are supposed to do, that after completion of the examination, they should write, they have all the email IDs of all the teachers, those who are performing duty as a proctor. Proctor is like, in the offline mode, what we call invigilator in the classroom. So proctor is the person who is proctoring, who is giving invigilation duty in the form of online. So they are known as proctors. So they have the email IDs and the phone numbers of all the, faculty members who are engaged right now in the online examination. So what they are supposed to do? See, they are paying money to us. It's fine. But do you think so that only paying the money is only the parameter where you can motivate the people? No. So what they are supposed to do? They are supposed to write a letter. Business letter doesn't mean only about, purchase and such kind of things. Business letter means you are establishing some good relationship with your uh, people. Like DSP sir, for IP University, DSP sir is one of the stakeholders. Okay. So they are supposed to, what we can expect, that they must write a common letter which is supposed to send to all the colleges, all across IP University colleges. So they can write a normal one letter and they can send to everyone, every proctor who have been, performing the duty in that. So that is what, if they are recognizing it, if they are appreciating it, that is, you people have done a wonderful job, proctored very well, and such kind of things. So what is going to help out? The next time, the people who are involved in the duties, they will perform even better. And they are getting some, creating some good image about IP University. Even VBox is the consulting corporate company which is, helping the IP University to conduct this examination. So even VBox can write that letter. So what will happen in the future if some of the organizations which are, running like PGDM courses and all, they can go to take the services of VBox. That why not to hire VBox for our internal examination or something like that. Okay. So that is what the meaning of promotes and sustain goodwill. Okay. What happened to Shah? No, ma'am, we are writing here. The last chat, what I can see. Okay. So let us move to the next point, that what are the, different elements of the letter or the structure of the letter. When we are writing a letter, what are the things we are supposed to include? So structure will include heading, inside name and address, opening salutations, subject, body of the letter, complimentary clause, signature, and enclosure. These are the 8 things, out of which generally 7 are present in one particular letter. 1 to 7. These all will be present in one particular letter, right? So when we say heading means what? If I am just writing a letter on this blank page, right, and I'm going to send it out. So, and I'm writing here, Dr. Seema Singh, and my signature and everything is there. Okay. So how one can get the information that this letter has come from the institution, Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research? How they will come to know about it? No, this is a blank paper. Just yesterday, I got an offer letter from one of the company for the final placement, and that was written on the this kind of sheet that was printed on the sheet. So I asked them to send that letter on the letterhead. Why? Because even I am going to show the student that this is your offer letter, how that person will believe that he has been selected. Even I can, type the same content and take the printout, and I will file in our placement file that yes, this student has been placed with this company, and I can say this is the letterhead of this company. How it is confirmed that this is the letterhead of I have received from that particular company? No, there is no evidence of this letter that if it is on the blank sheet that this is the letter of either if I am writing to somebody, this is the letter of Dr. Seema Singh who is working in DSPSR. There is no evidence. If I am getting some letter from such kind of some of the organization, and this is on the blank sheet, that is there is no evidence that this letter is from that particular company. Okay, so what here we mean by heading is that that letter must be on the letterhead. Okay, so some letterhead should be there. If you are not having your letterhead, you are very much new startup, something like that, and if you are going to make some kind of correspondence, then even you have to write the name. You must have some name of the company. You write the name, you write the address. So that heading means your letter should have the name of the company. Your letter should have the address of the company where it is. If there is some website, that letter should contain that the URL of that particular website, then some contact numbers, some email IDs, that must be there. And overall, the logo of the company, it must be there on the heading side. If it is there, the printed letter, it must be, you should get it printed by some printers in a colorful manner. That means colorful means that, like I will show you that some colors, whatever you are using for your company, you can do that. Okay, so that is the heading. You have to ensure, and mind it students, that in the examination question comes, and there if you are writing as a manager of some company, you have to design your page. You have to write some hypothetical name of the company. If it is being said like manufacturing company, whatever comes to your mind, take the name of that company and write it down. Okay, I will show you the format of that later, and the structure, complete structure. Then it comes the second point, inside name and address. So what we mean by inside name and address, that if I'm sending one letter to somebody, okay, let's suppose I'm writing a letter to IP University, and that letter is being sent to where, like placement cell of IP University. Okay, so whom I'm going to address, like the chairperson of that placement cell, there is Professor A.K. Sani in IP University. So I have to write the name of Professor A.K. Sani, head placement cell, Guru Gobind Singh Prastha University, then address of IP University, like 16C, Dwarka, this and that, whatever the complete address is, that I'm going to mention. So that is the inside name and address. And why it is being written, that whom that letter has been addressed. Only if I'm going to write dear sir, so dear sir, so many sirs are working there, no? So whom that letter will be given, whom that letter will be handed over. So that is how it is required, the one region. The second region, you must have seen some envelope. Okay. So the second purpose of writing inside name and address is that earlier, and even today I'm not sure, because we are not so much using nowadays hard copies and all. So there is one envelope which is having, you can say like, let's suppose this is an envelope, let's suppose. So there was some, transparent sheet here. It was like, you can say this envelope with I. So I means some open space where, this transparent envelope is that. So the address, if you will put up there, so you don't have to write address again on the envelope. That will be delivered to that particular person. Okay. So writing inside name and address, this is going to fulfill two purposes. One, you don't have to write the mailing address once again on the envelope, because that you are using transparent envelope where the address is already mentioned, right? And the second, that if even you are sending that letter with some other kind of letter envelope, then whom that letter will be sent, so that name address will be there and that letter will be handed over to that particular person. I hope it is clear. Okay. So I had to check this chat. Now the opening salutations. What do you mean by opening salutation is like dear sir, dear madam, whatever you are writing, respected sir, respected madam, anything else. So that will come under dear Mukul, dear Siddharth, anything, the names. You are from where you start writing the letter. So that is the opening salutations. Subject, it is very much important to write. That whom you are writing is one thing, and subject means for what matter you are writing that letter. That you must have seen in email especially, that every email you just write, click on the compose and it will come like to whom you are going to send, okay, the address, mailing address of that person, email ID. And the second thing it comes, that is the subject. You have to write and make a habit whenever you are writing a mail to somebody now onwards, and wherever you are writing an application, whatever you are writing in the form of some kind of letter and application, make sure that your application or that letter, it must contain subject. So how it is going to help you out? Like, I am not supposed to read entire content, but just while reading the subject, I will understand that for what matter this letter has been written and for what matter this letter has come to me. Okay, so subject is having the importance. Let's suppose if some of you are writing a letter in the coming year that I wanted to deposit my fee like quarterly. So instead of going immediately after, after writing this opening salutation, you are going to write the letter. So it's better to write subject first, so that the receiver will understand that what is the matter of this letter. Okay, in one and as small as possible, so that from there itself, the receiver will come to know that this letter has come, this application has come for a request, just to request that uh, you are going to pay the fee in quarterly basis, right? So that is why subject is required. You have to mention the crux of that letter in one or two sentences, okay? And that is in the heading of subject. Then comes body of the letter. So body of the letter may contain 2 to 3 paragraphs, okay? Small paragraphs, large paragraph, that depends. So first paragraph, generally we write if you are just going to initiate the letter, nothing is in the past, you are just going to start initiating the communication. Then you can write from, like you people are writing generally, I am this and this, I am writing for this particular thing, okay? So when you initiate, you have to introduce from where you are writing this letter, what is the matter, okay? But when we are replying back to some letter, let's suppose I am replying back to some letter. So what, from where I have to start the writing, the main body, I have to start from the sentence like, this is to, this letter is with reference number, this and that. Means you are taking some reference of the past communication and you are replying back to that letter, okay? So that is how we have to start the first paragraph. In the second paragraph, we say that what exactly you want in that particular matter. And then in the third paragraph, you conclude that what you expect from them. Like what is the matter, exact matter you write in the second, you initiate in the first, and in the third paragraph, you write your expectations from that person whom you are writing that letter, right? So that is the body of the letter. Generally, 2 to 3 paragraphs is more than enough. 3 paragraphs are more than enough in one particular letter. Okay, and if it is very lengthy kind of letters, then it's okay. You have to write so many things there. It's fine. You can write 2, 3, 4 pages. Then the main body will increase. There will be so many paragraphs. But generally, if just you are requesting for one particular thing, that would have only 2 to 3 paragraphs, right? Then comes sixth point, that is complementary clause. Complementary clause, generally we write like, looking forward to your positive, response, like that thing. So we are writing it, complementary clause. Then we write, thanking you, sincerely yours. Then signature. Signature, whenever you put your signature, make sure even from today onwards that wherever you are putting your signature must come above your name. So you have to write your name like thanking you, sincerely yours. So where you write sincerely yours, you have to keep a gap. Then you write your name. The gap space, you have to put your signature. Okay. Then enclosure. So first to 7, that is always there in every kind of letter. Okay. But enclosure means what? If you are attaching something. Okay, attaching something means you are sending some proof of that letter. Let's suppose you have already, like in your case, that you have attendance of 60%. Somebody is due to some reason, and as per the norms, student will not be allowed if the attendance is less than 75%. As per the UGC norms and the IP University norms, you can say, or even that is the norms of Supreme Court. Supreme Court has made this, norm that the full-time course people, they are supposed to be present in the college in the class at least for 75% of the 75% time. Okay, of the total classes. So if you are saying that due to some any reason, due to some family engagement, due to medical problem, due to some other things, you could not attend the class and your attendance is such. So if you are availing the medical thing, so that is given only 5%. Whatever you are availing, that is only for 5%. I am telling you, आप लोगों को बता देती हूँ मैं आज कि अगर किसी को लगता है कि मुझे कितना अटेंडेंस में हेल्प मिल जाएगा कॉलेज से, तो ओनली दैट इज 5%. ओके, 75 की जगह आपका 70 है, तो दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड. Only 5% rights director is having to give you. So that means at least you have to maintain 70%. Fine enough. So that is why we are focusing on 75%. That even for everybody it is not allowed. Like for some case like medical, something else, due to now last year it was like totally of coronavirus, this and that. So might be due to those reasons, if something is, there is some lapse of the attendance. So whatever it is, you are proofing, you are attaching as a proof that yes, this is my medical thing, this was the reason. Or let's suppose some marriage ceremony was there in the family, due to that you could not attend the 4-5 days of classes, and the impact is less than 70% of the attendance. So in that case, you may attach the the what is called invitation card of the wedding of your brother, sister, whosoever it is. So you have to write enclosure, and then enclosure, along with that you have to write what you are attaching. The title, you can say title of that particular thing, like medical certificate, like copy of the medical certificate, or the invitation card, or something like that. So that is a proof that you are giving the region, whatever you have said, that is the proof of that particular region. Okay, and then you are sending to the concerned person. Fine enough. So this is the structure. Again, it comes in the examination that which are the different elements of a structure of a business letter. So you have to mention all these 8 point. Okay, and I'm just going to show you one letter of our children, sir. That letter is very old, but you can learn so many things from there. Is it visible? Yes, please. Okay. So we can see it from here. See what I was talking about. Now you have to, this is very much old letter, 8 years old letter I have taken up. So you can see it here that this part from, this is a letterhead and it is of Chairman Sir. So he has mentioned his details also, like Professor BP Singh, this and that. So if you are writing your letter as a, let's suppose as a director or something, your details will also come there just after the details of the organization. So this much we can say heading. And generally it comes either, see here we had so many details. So what we have done at that, in that particular year, the other details were here in the footer. You can see the address of the college, Chairman Sir's email ID, it is given here. And phone number I was telling you, so you can see it here. Phone numbers of the college are given here, right? So you have to manage. So this much of the place, I mean, up to this, Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi, it is written. So top and this much of bottom, it is the part of the heading. Okay, it is the part of the heading. Generally, if organization is not having so many things to mention on the letterhead, so the address and other things will come here itself. Okay, just after written that affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Prastha University, Dwarka, New Delhi, you may write it the address of the institution and the phone number and other details here. So just to design in a proper way, it has been shown like this. Okay, search detail on this side, then the phone numbers on this side. Okay, so this is the part of the heading. We talked about it just now. Then it comes C. Hey, this is known as a reference number. Okay, I hope you can see it, the mouse. Reference number on the left side, it is written. Printed thing you can see, printed means the typed and printed. So DSPSR oblique admin 2013. Here we have meaning of everything. Okay, if you will ask, I have this soft copy of this letter, but if and whom that letter was sent to Sri Najib Jang, IS retired, Honorable Lieutenant Governor, Government of NCT of Delhi. Okay. So this letter was written to him, and even let's suppose if that reply, even today, if we are getting that reply of that particular letter, and he is just writing that I'm writing this to inform you via for your wide letter number and dated. The wide letter number, this is known as wide letter number. Wide means actual, factual. Okay. This letter is, it is, and the number it is, this is known as entire number. Letter number means from DSPSR to 48. It will be known as a letter number. Okay. Here, make sure, even from today onwards, learn it. Whenever you are communicating, make sure that your letter, your application, it is always containing some date whenever you are writing it. So this letter was, why you can ask here that, ma'am, why it is written here 27/29. Meaning is, I believe if you people have to check it out, some holiday was there on 28th, and this letter was written in the evening of 27th, what I can recall as of now after so many years. So sir said that why not you send the email just now and send the hard copy on next working day. Okay. So I did what, that I wrote that July 29, 2013, and when I went to sir, he himself wrote this, date 27. Okay, that right email today itself. So the email will contain this date 27. Fine. This is known as from Sri Najib Jang to 110054. This part will be known as what? Inside letter and inside name and address. Whom you are sending. What is this going on? Vikas. if you people don't understand even of today that how to attend the online classes, I'm very much surprised to see, it's only if you are creating, noise, nothing else. I don't know why. Fine enough. I understand that this is a very small thing. Many of you are already aware about, but I can bet on you people that 100% mark nobody can get in writing such kind of letter. Okay, so please listen it carefully, understand it carefully. So this part, Shri Najeeb done up to 11005, this will be known as inside name and address. And this is for whom we are writing the letter. Fine? Okay, so the next one is subject. Just after the writing this inside letter name and address, you have to mention the subject. And I am telling you, I am not going to show you entire content, but from here itself, you will understand that what was written in the main body. Okay, what is written here? Submission to draw your kind attention for the removal of encroachment on the road in Sector 25, Rohini, institutional area in front of Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research and Sriford College of Computer Technology and Management. At that time, the name was something else of Sriford. Nowadays, it is something else, SIMS or something else it comes, short form. So, without even reading the content of the letter, you can understand that what is the purpose of this letter. Why this man has written this letter to the governor. So, this is the only thing, that removal of encroachment on the road, Sector 25 and 25 zoning. Okay. So, this is the beauty of writing the subject. You don't have to read entire content. You just, from the subject line, you can understand what you have written down, right? So maybe the governor is not having that much of time. Obviously, he would not have. Definitely, that letter would have gone to the PA of Lieutenant Governor. He has, read that letter, and he has, replied back to the college. Now you can see, this is known as opening salutation. Opening salutation is respected sir. He is the governor of Delhi's NCT Delhi. Okay, so we cannot just like dear sir. Dear sir, though it is a formal thing, respected and these kind of things we Indians only using, right? Revered, respected, something like that. So, but he is the person, he is the governor. So the salutation is given like respected sir. Okay. Even dear sir will work, but here we have some, we try to let the other person understood that yes, I'm giving you a complete and full respect. Okay. So that's why we write like this. You can see it here, how to initiate. How to initiate, like, this letter you can see that here he has not mentioned anything about previous correspondence. Okay. So what he has written, it is with great hope and expectation that I am writing this letter to draw your kind attention to the pathetic condition of hygiene spoiled by the encroachment on both sides of the road in front of DSPSR and SCCTM. So whenever you are using short form, like, abbreviation of full name, you have to ensure that full form is already given at least before you are using that acronym. Okay. So here full name is given. What do you understand by DSPSR? DSPSR is this. What do you understand by SCCTM? SCCTM is this. So before using this acronym, you have to ensure that you have given the full form of that. Okay. Which are located respectively on the plot number this and this, Sector 25, Rohini. Okay. So this is to start the letter, how to initiate. And let's suppose if this letter would have been, replied from Lieutenant Governor's side, how he would have started? Dear sir, or dear Professor BP Singh, whatever he would have written. This letter, I am writing this the reply will come like, I am writing this letter, or I am hereby giving my acknowledgement of receiving the letter. Letter means what? Letter number. He will write letter number this and letter this. Okay. So I am trying to make you understand from both the sides that how he would initiate and how this letter has been initiated. Okay. So I'm sure that from this line we will come to know from the second line, second paragraph that you can say that is having only one sentence. Our earlier requests in this regard have gone in vain. Is this one single sentence is showing what it is showing, that some letters or some efforts have been put from the college side regarding that encroachment, okay, and that efforts have gone in vain. There was no positive impact of it, right? But if some proof is there, what here we should have mentioned, like uh, we have again, we have written in the past also on this date. So you can mention those letter, either letter number or the dates, or only dates. And you can write in the bracket like copy attached. You can send like that, okay? And there at the bottom you can write attachments, and then you can put the numbers 1, 2, 3, how many efforts you have made, okay? I do hope and honestly believe that your good self shall use your good offices to instruct the concerned department to remove the encroachment on the road mentioned above and ensure proper hygienic conditions, as it is in institutional area developed by DDA. Okay, I'm not sure whether this area has been handed over by DDA to the North MCD through official gazette notification, as our water bill is still issued by DDA. So in the third paragraph, we have written about the matter, that what is the problem and what exactly is the situation. Okay. Then the next paragraph talks about the request, what you want from that governor. To ensure that your instruction in regard to removal of encroachment is carried out both in letter and spirit, may I request you to kindly ensure that the same is to be the same is to the satisfaction of the official norms which have been prescribed in this regard. Okay, so where here the last, you can say the last paragraph of the main body, it is, you have to mention the things you are supposed to be done, or you wanted to get it done, or you wanted to request for. So that matter you have to write it here. Okay, then the next line says, looking forward, this is the complimentary close, you can say, looking forward to a positive response from your side. With warm personal regards, sincerely yours, BP Singh. Okay. And you can see it here, what I was telling you, like above the name, you have to put your signature. It's not like name is here and you're putting your signature below that. No, always above that. You must have seen on checkbook nowadays that your name is written there if you have some account, and above that it is written that you have to put your signature. So this is a habit, once now if you will start signing somewhere, it will come to your mind. Once I'm saying you, how, I don't know, remember, even at least 7 to 8 times I have said that you have to sign above the name. So you please keep a gap between the two things. Okay, sincerely yours and name. So there you have to put your signature. Fine. And this is about, there is no enclosure, but here what you could have done, we could have written here enclosure, and if there was some letter written before or prior to this particular letter, here we are writing it. Our earlier requests in this regard have gone in vain. So we can, attach the copy of it, that how many times you have written about the same. Okay. So that is the copy of, if you are attaching some copies that before this particular date, I have written the same request for that I have written 4 to 5 times. So you can enclose the copies of all the conversations which have taken place in the past. Okay. So that is about the complete letter, and this is the actual letter which have been sent. So, and it was a small one, though Chairman sir is not writing such a small letter. Generally, it contains 2 to 3 pages because his letterhead itself takes almost 1/3 of the space to mention his details and all. Fine. So this is about the business letter, the structure of a business letter. That I hope it is clear to everyone. Heading means letterhead of the organization. If the same question, some question is being asked in the examination, you have to create a letterhead, right? Inside name and address, I'm sure it is clear. Like there it was written, Lieutenant Governor, Delhi Government, Delhi NCT. So that you have to mention. Then opening salutation, dear sir, dear madam, kind of thing. Subject, the subject line, you have to write the crux of that letter in the subject. Body of the letter, we have understood, we have to initiate, we have to mention the things, what we exactly wanted to convey. And then the last paragraph will talk about what is to be done. Complimentary clause, you don't have to write a letter which is going to stop the communication between two people. No, we generally write like, here it was written, looking forward to your positive response. I generally write to the company like looking forward to long lasting relation with your esteemed organization. If even I'm closing something, closing means some activity was done and I'm just writing a thanks letter. So thanks letter means what? It is thanks for that particular task. But that doesn't mean in the future I'm not going to have, contact that particular company. So I'm going to write this sentence like this, that looking forward to long lasting relation with your esteemed organization. Something like that. Okay. Uh, then signature, what we have discussed, then the enclosure we have already said. So I hope it is clear to everyone. Anybody, any point which is not clear, you can write it here, please. Type in the chat box. That's great to hear. Okay, so let us move to the next slide. And it talks about layout of a business letter. So keep the structure of the letter, what we have discussed just now. Now it comes like, layout. Layout means how we are going to present our content there in the letter. So there are these kind of types. It comes in the examination, the layout of business letter. So these are the different types of layout: fully indented, semi-indented, fully blocked, modified blocked, hanging paragraph, NOMA which is National Office Management Association, simplified style. You may be aware about the things like, some of the organizations, they are providing a certification course like certification course in office management, secretaryship. So some such kind of, organizations, they are following this kind of, layout, NOMA, National Office Management Association. Okay. So we can, I'm just giving you a glimpse of these, letters, and you study it well, you prepare it, you revise it for the next class, and then we'll have some questions. Like fully indented. Fully indented means what? Indented means what? That you can see it here. It is written here, heading, name of the company, right? Date also is, it is given here. Then it is mentioned like company's address, phone number, but generally whatever, heading is, that contains company's address and phone number. What do you mean by fully indented? That is, I'm going to explain. Like you can see here, inside name, where the last name, like let's suppose it is written like Professor Seema Singh. So where H will come, the last alphabet of my name. From there, address will start, like plot number 9 or Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research. So just where my name will come, Seema Singh. So H, the last H will come. So from there, just below that, somebody will start writing Delhi School of Professional, or my designation may be Professor and Dean. Just after that, Delhi School of Professional Studies and Research, something like that. Okay. So that is known as indented. You can see in every, step, it is being followed like fully. This is known as fully indented. Okay. Again, the next line you will start from salutation. Salutation will start from here, and you are writing subject from where it is ending. Okay. Subject, you can say that you can mention before the salutation also, or after the salutation also. So we don't have to discuss upon it much, but generally it is creating a good image when we are writing subject first and salutation after that. Okay. So it is a book. I have taken this from one of the book. So they have mentioned like this. Okay. Now you can see body of the letter. Body of the letter is coming like, it is again, generally many of you are having this kind of habit to indent some, paragraph. You start writing after leaving some space. Okay. Then you can see it here. Then complementary clause, it has gone to this place. Okay. So that is why it is known as fully indented. Every paragraph, every, next line, it has been started with the indented. The use is that you can make a difference between different lines, different paragraphs. Okay. Like inside name, you know that this is the name and now this is address is coming. I mean, just to ensure the clear visibility, you can say it is going to fulfill. Nowadays, such kind of letter we are not following. Actually, you will not see. Even I'm going to discuss it, and now you have to tell me that the search letter under whom, under which layout we have to put it, that letter. Okay. So this is the fully indented. Then comes semi. Semi indented means something you have put it together. Then this is here. Subject you have just make it centered. Okay. Then you have written like this. Complementary clause, signature, everything has come in the center. So semi means something is indented, others are in just is centered or the right aligned. Okay. Again, it is, you can see boxes are separately, it has been made. Okay. Separate boxes are there. So what will happen when you are writing like this? Everything is clear. That date means only date is there. Name inside address is there. So name inside address is there. Okay. So it is clearly, it is visible. So this is the major reason of writing, using such kind of layouts. Here you can say fully blocked style. So you start from the left, that goes to left side. Here we can see justified, left and right alignment both are equal. So justified. So everything you can see it here, right? It is also visible. It's not like it's not visible. The only matter is how you are using it, what you are using it. Generally in schools, we have, learned the fully indented or the semi-indented, right? Here in fully blocked, we can see like this. Again, the next type will be semi or modified blocked style. It is again, something, it is coming like this, here in the center, and again subject is, it is in the center. Body, it is not indented like, entire paragraph we cannot say, just the first line you have started from there. And I have not seen any letter in such, layout. When I started working in 2001, from then I have not seen such kind of letters actually. But I cannot say who is using such kind of, things. But we are studying in business communication, that is fine. We have to understand it. Hanging paragraph style. Hanging paragraph means it's just like a hanger, you can say. It seems like something is there. Below that you have mentioned these things. And it is just like a hanging, something is hang just after the other. Right? Complementary clause, signature, designation, subject. It is like hanging kind of things. So this is known as hanging paragraph. Very little difference is there in semi-indented, fully indented, and this hanging. You can see it here. Very small difference is there. Then comes the last one, the NOMA simplified style. It is basically the you can say like modified, fully blocked style. You can see it here. similar kind of letter is there. Okay, so this is the Noma simplified style. So if you are writing in this way, this will be known as Noma simplified, name and address of the company. You have left some space here, then you have started writing from here. Date you are not mentioning on this side, date you are mentioning on this side. Subject, here you have started, not the middle, right? So just because of this, address and name and address, you can say this is the only difference in fully blocked and Noma simplified. So can I get the answer that Chairman Sir's letter was under which layout? If there was some layout, may I fully blocked? Yes, I also believe like that only. Okay, so let me see the chats. Time is over now, so let me finish it here. And you all have already the PPT with you. So please go through with this slide of types of letter writing, and let us talk in the next class about it.